evening. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday? Yes, it is. Wednesday the 22nd of April, 2020. It is our Wednesday night yoga. Hi Vic. So it's our normal Wednesday night fitness yoga and family yoga, but I haven't got any family with me today. So, hiya, whoever's come into Facebook. Can't see you yet, it hasn't popped up. Oh, who have I got? Oh, Sinead. Hiya. Hello, warmer heating. So, our house rules are, make sure that you've got enough space around you, that you're not going to hit or kick anything over, that you haven't got any high blood pressure, diabetes or joint problems, slip discs, things like that. This is not the class for that. The Tuesday morning and Thursday morning 10 o'clock classes are if you've got any problems. If you come to my class regularly and you have got any of them problems and you know how I adapt it for you, then you're okay. But like I said, just make sure that you're okay. I did ask you in my beginning and in the half an hour session before, just to make sure that you haven't eaten for at least half an hour. And that'll be because we're doing a breathing exercise halfway through at about 7 o'clock. So it'll be an hour since you've eaten, but I'll go through that again at the time. Hiya everybody that's just coming in. Hi Louise. So, we're going to start off on the floor. We're just going to let our hands relax down. We're going to bring our shoulders down. We're going to breathe in, lifting our arms up. And if you can, through the nose, breathing out. And you're just getting rid of the day. So anything that's annoyed you through the day, you're getting rid of it. There's nothing you can do for the next hour. You're going to be sitting here with me. So you may as well get rid of all the annoyance. If the kids are there, just get them to join in as well. One way of keeping them quiet. Turn the TV off. Get yourself a nice area of your living room or your bedroom, anywhere you can, and just get rid of everybody. So let's do 3 more of these. And our last one. Bringing it back down. Lovely. So, I'm going to get us to do our neck stretches, but I'm going to get you into hero pose. If hero pose is not good, then you can come back to this pose. You can stick your legs out. We're bringing ourselves up onto our knees. Now, you can keep the knees together. So you're sitting together with and sitting on the lap. If you wanted, where's one of my blocks? You can always have a block, and if you stick it underneath and sit on that, it'll take the pain off the knees and also off this area of the foot here. You can always, if you find that you can do that, but actually it's this part of your foot that hurts, you can put one of a blanket or a pillow or a cushion or something underneath that area of the foot to keep that nice and to make it a little bit more comfortable. Now, if you're sitting down and you want to take it a little bit further, what you do is you take your knees out first and then you see if you can move your feet out to bring your bum down. But again, you can stick something, if you're not completely down, you can stick something underneath to just relax it so you're not going down the whole way. But it's up to you where you want to be. So we're going to bring our shoulders back, we're going to tuck our chin in, and from this position we're going to breathe out and tuck our chin down, and breathing in to bring our chin up. Breathing out, and breathing in. 2 more forward, 2 more backwards. And our last one. And we're bringing it back to centre. So we're going to tick-tock our head to the side and to the other side. Breathing out, breathing out. So it's a very small breath, just using the upper part of the lungs. And we're going to do 2 more on each side. And bring it back. So we're going to turn and look over our shoulder, but we're not going to drop it. We're going to try and keep it in line. Two more on each side. And bring it back. So, we're going to go into circle of joy. You're bringing your fingers together, your hands together. You're going to breathe out, tilt your pelvis under, push your hands forward as you breathe out. As you breathe in, you're lifting the arms up. You're taking them out nice and wide. You're breathing out, bringing them back together. I'm going to do that from the side. Who have I got? Hi, outside. Hi, V. Hi, Keely. So, if I do it from the side, we're taking the hands out, we're tilting the pelvis under, turning the hands, breathing out. We're breathing in, we're lifting, stretching back, and breathing out, bringing our spine back to a more natural position. So we're going to do 2 more of these. So, I'm going to take myself back into where I was. Breathing out. And our last one. Bringing it back. So from here, we're bringing ourselves onto our hands and knees. Our knees should be again in line with our hips and our hands in line with our shoulders. So not out there, in here, and again, you don't want your legs out too far. So keep them in. Turning this way now so you can see me. If you need something underneath your legs, put a second mat or put some extra blankets. So we're going to go cat and cow, and we're also going to do an extension. So we're going to do cat and cow first. I know for people that do my class, you know what cat and cow is, but for people that have never done my class before, I have to slow it down. So from here, we're working with our breath. As you breathe out, similar to what we was just doing, we're breathing out, we're pulling the stomach up, we're pushing from the hands so that you'll feel the weight lift off the hands and lift off the knees. As you breathe in, you're tilting the pelvis in the other position, you're pushing your chest down, you're bringing your shoulders back, you're looking up. So we're breathing out as we're going up. And we're breathing in as we're lifting up. So we're going to do 2 more down, 2 more up, working with your breath. Have a think about how the knees and the hands feel in the different positions. So now we're going to hold it here, and from here we're bending the elbows back and the chin will come towards the floor. Doesn't have to go very far. You're breathing in, coming back up, trying to get a nice tight belly, a nice straight back. You're going to bring your head and knee together. So as you breathe out, you're tilting back into that cat shape, but you're breathing out, bringing your head and knee together. As you breathe in, you're tilting into the cow shape, chest down, lifting the foot up. Then we're going straight into a cat. So breathing out, lifting up. We're breathing in, taking it down. And this is working the spine beautifully. From here, bend the elbows back as you breathe out. Keep the elbows tight. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, bring the head and knee together. And breathing in, rolling back. So let's do it again. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Last one. Breathing out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Then we're going to push back into child. Turn them palms over. Let that head relax. And then bring it back up. So we're going to sit ourselves down on our bottom. Oh no, we're staying up here, sorry. So bringing yourself back up onto here, we're going to work them shoulders, shoulder sweeps. So starting with one hand, you're reaching the hand out. You're breathing out and reaching the hands as far down as you can. Have a look. Breathe in, lift the arm up, reach it over. So we're going to do 4 on this side, 4 on the other. So reaching the hand out, breathe out, stretch it back. Breathe in. Here we go, 3 more on this side. I think it's 1 more. And bring it down. Let's try the other side. So reaching the hand out, breathing out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now with this you're working that shoulder, but you'll also feel it through your lower back as well. That's a nice little twisting just round here, that lower spine. And I think this is our last one. Bring it down. Lovely. So again, if you wanted, you could lean back, turn the palms over, go into child. And then we're bringing ourselves back up. Now we're coming onto our bum. My brain's not working today. So we're going to go into east-west pose. In fact, I'll go this way. Now with this, you want your feet, your toes pulling back the whole time. You don't want them like that or like that. So make sure you're pulling they're active the whole time. From here, we're going to take it forward. We're going to lift our arms, bring our arms. They can face in, they can face out as long as they're underneath each other. And you're lifting your bum. Now if you can't do it with a straight leg, you can always bend the leg and lift up in that direction into a tabletop. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you can't do it with a straight leg, you can do it with a bent leg. So pull the toes back, pull the belly in, breathe in, lift up, breathe out, reach forward. Then you're breathing in, you're lifting up. You're breathing out, you're reaching forward. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And bring it down. So from here, you're going to turn your legs away. So if you go towards your right, I'm going towards my left. Now you're bringing your legs down so that you've got one in front and it's sitting down. The one at the back is down like this. It's not sticking out in that direction. So from here, you're going to turn towards your knee. So if you're using your right hand, you're bringing it to your left knee, and you're using that to give you a bit of a twist. You're bringing the other hand by your bum. So you're breathing out and you're having a look over your shoulder. So this is a nice twist for that lower body. Hold it here. Now that back hand, we're going to lift it up, looking at it, and breathe out, reach over. But we're still looking towards the back of the room. We're still looking under our arm, and we'll feel that stretch through here. And then bring it down. So placing it on the floor, the hand that's on your leg, you're going to breathe in, you're going to take it behind your head, so it's coming over the top. You're then going to push into your hip and hold it there, feeling that stretch through the back. Then we're going to drop the bum and we're going to bring it all the way around. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're looking over that shoulder at the back. Hold it there. Lift the back arm, breathe out, reach over. Hold it here, feel that stretch, it's beautiful. Blows the cobwebs out of your hips, this does. Bring the hand down, take the other hand, bring it round, push the hips, look up, stretch forward. And then drop the bum, bring that hand all the way around. So let's change sides. So bringing it back to the front, we're tucking it round the other side. So again, that foot should be flat down. It shouldn't be sticking out to the side. It should be flat down. The foot at the front should be in line with the calf. So I'll do it sideways for this one. So we're bringing your left hand round to your right leg. We're bringing the other hand round by your bum. You're breathing out and you're looking over the back. Feel that stretch through here. And this is why I was saying, for anybody with slip disc problems, this is not a great one because it's a twist and a bend. So we're still looking over the back, but we're lifting that back arm and we're breathing out, reaching over. Beautiful stretch through the sides. We're bringing that hand down, back to the back. That hand on your leg lifts above the head. We push up. You'll feel it here. And this is why that foot has to be in that direction. You don't want it out that way. It'll hurt your knee. And then we're bringing it all the way back round. So I'm going to come round to the front again. So, we're grabbing it round, we're lifting up, we're breathing out. We're lifting the arm up, we're reaching over. We're bringing that hand down. We're lifting the one at the front, we're taking it round, we're pushing up. Stretch back. Feel it through the front of the chest, feel it through the front of the thigh. and bring it all the way down. Bring that leg in. What I was doing, I'm doing something for your toes? No, not, oh yes, no. So from there, we're bringing it all the way and coming onto our hands and knees. So we're going to go in and again open and release these hips here. So with this, I'll go this way. You're going, instead of going from tabletop, you're going to move your hands slightly forward so they're up. You're then going to take your foot out and you're placing it flat down, trying to get the little toe down. You don't want it rolling over. From here, you're pushing back into child. But you're leaving that foot out so you'll feel it on the inner thighs. And then coming back up. Bring the hands back under. Bring the foot under. So I'll do it from the front because this leg moves. So, coming from tabletop, walk the hands out a little. Take the foot out. Make sure the little toe's on the floor. Now that leg there will start of pulling in that direction. That's okay. You're going to push down. Doesn't matter if you can't get all the way as far as me, you go back as far as you can. And then coming back up, bring them hands back under, bring them knees back. Let's do one more. I'll turn this way. So taking the foot out, if that leg wants to move at the back, it can. Move them hands out, push back, keep that foot pushing down. It's a lovely stretch, you'll feel it through your shoulders as well and through your upper back, your lateral dorsal muscles. And then we're bringing it up. Hands come in, knees come in. Let's do the other side. I have to move this way a little because my foot won't go. Take it out. If that leg wants to move in, move it in. Move them hands out. Push back. And then coming up, bring everything back. So, we're going to now bring ourselves to our feet. So this one is quite a quick jump if you can do it. You can watch first if you want. You're tucking your toes under, and then you're going to try and get your feet between your hands in one go. Like that. Okay? We'll do it again from the front. So you've got to try and get your feet between your hands in one go. Toes are tucked, and then you're springing your feet in. From there, look forward, breathe in, reach back. Breathe out, bring the arms down. So we're going to go through our sun salutation. 2 times, we're going to step back and lift up. Do whatever you want. If you want to keep your knee down, you can. If you want to keep your arms down, you can. You don't have to put them up and bring them down. So, let's start in our first position, which is mountain. To get a nice strong base. So starting with your hips in line, your feet in line with your hips. You can always bring them together, but especially for women, because our hips are made for having children, it's actually a lot harder for us to stand with our legs together. It's actually much better, much nicer for us to stand with our legs slightly apart in line with our hips, because that's the way our hips kind of are made. For men, they can tend to get their legs a little bit closer because their hips are a little bit smaller. But for women, it's a little harder for us. But again, see, everybody's different, so you may find that it's nice and you prefer to have the legs a bit closer. That is up to you. So starting with your feet, start off with your base, making sure that you're pushing down through the whole of the foot. You're not rolling in, you're not rolling out. You're not moving forward, you're not leaning backwards. But you've got equal weight distributed around the foot. Now if you lift your knees, I'm going to pull my trousers up so you can see what I'm doing. Don't know why I just don't put on shorts. It's not like I'm going anywhere. I'm only here. So, with that, I must have done 1,000 steps. So with that, you're going to lift your toes and you'll feel the kneecap start to lift up and you'll feel the front muscle get tight. So keeping that nice and tight, put the toes down. Make sure you can still bend your knees, they're not locked. Then you're going to squeeze the inner thighs, you're going to squeeze the bum and the back thigh, and then the side thigh will come in a lot easier. So now all the muscles are protecting the bones in the legs and the joints. Bring your pelvic floor in, so imagine you're in a lift and stop yourself from breaking wind. Imagine you want to have a wee, you want to stop yourself from having a wee. And then you've got your abdominal. So as you blow out, imagine someone's pulling your belly button backwards towards your spine and it pulls it in. You should still be able to breathe. Bring your shoulders back and down, push the hands out. Lift the chin, tuck it in, so that you're nice and straight. So this is mountain. If you want, you can close your eyes. If you wobble, that means that one of the muscles in your legs aren't working. Start at the feet, bring them all back up again, pull in everything, and you should feel strong and straight like a mountain. So I'm going to go sideways. From here, we're breathing in and we're lifting up. We're reaching back a little. Then we're going to breathe out and bring our hands down to the floor. If you need to, you bend your knees, pull that belly in, let the head drop. Breathe in and we're lifting to a half bend. So even if you put your hands on your legs, push your chest forward and drop it down. Keep that back nice and straight. We're going to step back with your left leg, stepping back. Now from here, you're letting the hips drop. You're seeing if you can come up, but keep the body down and lift the arm up, reach back. Still pushing into that leg, into a warrior lunge. We're bringing the hands down. We're stepping back to down dog. You're trying to get your heels on the floor and you want to feel nice and even. Even if you have to walk one knee at a time to try and push them down, that's fine. But you don't want to be, if you're overly stretchy, you don't want to be coming through the arms. You want to keep that back nice and straight. Let the head relax. We're going to come up onto our tiptoes and we push in a little bit more. And then we're rolling forward. You might need to take your legs back depending on where you are. I'm trying to make sure you can see. From here, you're coming forward. You're bending the elbows. You're dropping down. You're lifting. Shoulders pulling back. If you want, you can lift the knees up, but you don't have to. We're stepping back into our down dog. From here, we're going to lift your right leg up in the air, and you should find that the heel of your left foot will go down a little bit more. Bring it in towards your chest, squeeze it in, look forward, then flick from the knee, the foot out, and it'll go between your hands. Let your hips drop, shoulders roll back, lift up. Remember, you can keep the arms down if you don't feel very strong in this position. Bring the hands down, step in, let the head drop, then lift the head, breathe in, lift up. Here we go, one last time. Breathe out, breathe in. We're stepping back, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Lovely. So we should be nice and warm now so that we can get a bit tighter, a bit deeper. Now this is the reason, this next one is the reason I've asked you not to eat. Because you can't have food in your belly while you're doing this. It should be an hour, but obviously I'm not doing a whole hour. So These are things I tend to do with my hour-and-a-half class. So that we tend to have it done by an hour. I know that they haven't eaten. So I'm hoping that you heard and you haven't eaten. And so it's been an hour. If you have, don't do this now. Otherwise it'll make you sick. It's abdominal lift and then contraction. I have to show you my belly. Otherwise you won't know what I'm talking about. I might actually come down as well. You can sit on me down. Now, it's a breathing technique. Hello, everyone. Hello, Luce. My cousins. So, it's a breathing technique, but it's a breath out technique. So it's holding the breath out rather than breathing in. And I can't actually talk while I'm doing it. If you can talk, it means you've still got air in your lungs and it's passing past your vocal cords, so you've still got air in your lungs. If you can talk, you shouldn't be able to talk. And you're in the privacy of your own home, so have a go. Like I said, make sure that you've got an empty belly when you're doing it. I'm going to come up. Now, what you're trying to do is to blow all the air out of the lungs as much as you can. There's always be a residual amount in there. Your body needs that, it won't get rid of that, but the majority we're going to try and get rid of. At the same time as doing that, we're going to pull the stomach back. So it's the same thing that we normally do with pulling that stomach back. It just looks a lot better when there's no air in the lungs. So, you're breathing out. And then as soon as you relax and stop breathing out, you can open your mouth, air will just rush straight back in and you'll see everything fill up. But this is great because it's pulling the stomach muscles out of the way and it's making this area hollow as well, which will come in useful for the last one. So I'm going to do one more and then I'll show you a contraction at the same time. What it does internally is that it kind of massages as well all your internal organs. So your spleen, your liver, your kidneys, all of them get a little bit of a squish and that kind of helps to get rid of stuff. But the next one is a contraction. So we're pushing the stomach in and out. We're doing this, but it looks a lot better with it out. And this kind of picks up the bowel and drops it. So if you've got trapped wind, constipation, anything like that, it helps with that. So again, I can't talk while I'm doing it. You'll just have to kind of watch. Hopefully you can see it. So don't hold it too long and make sure that if you're doing it, you're not gripping your tooth, you're not tightening yourself up here. It's all around this area. So hopefully again, I can't see because there's all writing all over the screen. This one's dark and this one's bright, but I can't see because it's on my little phone. So again, here, let's try one more. And relax. So I'm going to pull that down. So this, we'll need this near the end. Where am I now? Okay, so let's go into a crocodile pose. Now with this, I'm going to turn around so that you can see my thing, or baby, sleeping baby pose. I can never remember which one they call it. You may need a blanket for your knees because it is quite painful on the knees. But again, it's one of those ones where you don't do anything, you just lie in it. You don't have to move, you don't have to do anything. Just lie in it, relax, breathe. That's it. Now with this, very similar to child, you have your hands out, you're reaching back. But you're going to take your feet out. So you're keeping your toes, your big toes touching. Hope you can see that, your big toes touching. But you're bringing your knees out to the side as far as they can go.
Then you're crawling the hands forward. You're bringing your elbows down.
You're seeing if your head can go down.
Again, if your head doesn't go down, get a blanket.
Stick your head on the blanket.
If you find, I'm going to turn sideways. Now what tends to happen is this part of your knee hurts. So you may want to put a bit more padding under it.
But you're just letting your body drop down. Now there's nothing you can do. Just breathe. And we're bringing our hands under our shoulders and we're going to lift up.
As I said, that is a killer on your thighs. We're going to do it one more time, always better the second time. So again, see if you can take them knees out a little bit wider, but keeping them toes touching. Walk your hands out.
Let your head, let your chest drop. And we're bringing them hands under again. We're lifting ourselves back up.
From here, bring your knees back together. Good. So, let's take it down into Cobra. Now, we're going into Cobra, but if you find Cobra's too much, you can go into Sphinx, so elbows down. We're bringing ourselves onto our belly. Start with your hands underneath your shoulders. Pull the shoulders back, lifting the head up.
We'll start low with our head down.
We're going to use our fingers, so they're going to be the pushing. Let me go back a little, see if you can see my fingers better. Yeah, I'm right underneath my finger here. So the arms are under there, pull the chest, the shoulders back, push the chest out.
Now from there, you're going to lift
your head up, looking up. Then you're going to lift your elbows, pull your shoulders back, look back, but you're keeping your hips on the floor. So you're not lifting your hips up, you're lifting it, you're keeping them flat down. Don't let your shoulders come up, keep pushing them elbows to the floor. And then you're bringing it down. You can turn the arms in.
You can let your head relax down.
I'm going to spin around the other way. So, again, making sure the elbows are under the shoulders, the fingers are down, the shoulders are pulling back. You're going to lift, keeping them hips down. Shoulders pulling down, don't let them come up. And then bringing it back down. Let yourself relax back. So we've used our back to help lift us up. Now we're going to see if we can get our back to do the work all by itself. So you're lying flat down. You're going to bring your hands together, grab hold. You're pushing them towards the feet, tucking your chin in. Then breathe in, lift them arms. Look up. And then let yourself drop down. So turn the palms over, let your head relax on the floor. So let's do it again. We're going to bring the hands together. We're going to push them away. We're going to lift. Can you see me there? Let me go this way. So push it and lift it. Make sure you're breathing. And then we're relaxing back down. You can do that. And then turn your head to the side. So we're going to do the bottom. So I'm going to turn the other way around so you can see my feet. They're more important. You're turning your hands, placing them flat down, having your chin on the floor. Imagine someone's pulling your toe, so it's pulling it away from the body, and then you're lifting it up in the air. And then we're bringing it down. We're going to do the other side. So again, someone's pulling your foot away from your hip, then lifting it up in the air. And bring it down. So we're going to see if we can do the two together. We're going to grab hold, push our hands away, lift our chest, pull our toes out, lift the toes off the floor. And you're trying to get the knees off the floor as well. Make sure you're breathing. And then relax back down. So I'm going to try and lift your legs a little bit higher. And we do this by moving our hands into a certain position. So when you're lying down, your hands, you're going to bring them together and have them flat. And they're coming in as close. You're trying to get your elbows to come together as close as they can underneath you. And they're going to be in this kind of position. Now, there is a couple of ways of getting into this. You can do the easier version. I'll do it this way. Which you're lying down, you come up onto your bum, you bring your hands underneath and then place your bum flat down. So that's the nicer version. The other version is to have your hands here and you're lying on your side, then you put your thumb down, you're rolling your hands flat, letting yourself come all the way over. It doesn't matter how you get into it, as long as you get into it and your hands are flat. So now when your hands are flat on the floor, what you're going to do is do the same thing, pulling the legs back, and you're pushing with your hands. And hopefully your legs will come up. So I'll do it sideways and then the second one I'll do backwards. So we're coming from our flat, lifting our butt, bringing our hands underneath, laying ourselves down. Bringing our chin, placing it on the floor. Imagine someone's pulling your legs, lifting up, and then push with your arms. And bring it down. So I'm going to do it from the side, from the back. Again, my legs, it's much more important, much more fun, my legs rather than me. So, same thing. You're lifting, bringing your hands underneath, hands are flat. You put your bum down. You imagine someone's pulling your legs, then they're going to lift and you're going to push. Make sure you're breathing. And bring it down. Lovely. Give your hands a shake. So, that is Lotus, but we're going to see if we can take it into Peacock. So I'll show you Peacock first, and then I'll show you how to, if you wanted to make it a little bit easier, put your feet up on things as well. Now Lotus is something that people did, you'll probably see it in breakdancing movies. You're trying to get your elbow into this part of your hip. So the elbow sits against the hip bone and it locks it into position. If you don't get it in, and that's what this is all about, because when you do that, it's in the exact same position, it's in there. So if you did that leg lift, you can get your hand in the right position, but again, majority fear. So, let me just tuck that out of the way. Now, it's all about that blowing out. So I'll show you first before you try and get into it. You're bringing your hands down. Now your hands go in a slightly different, so they're going that way, because my elbows bend back in that direction. You may find that that way works better for you, that they can bend back a bit more. Again, it doesn't matter, as long as the wrists, elbows and shoulders are in line, rather than which way the fingers are pointing. So don't go too much about where my fingers are, just check with making sure that my joints are in the right position. That's the most important bit. So again, can't really talk because otherwise I'll be breathing. And once you're there, you can then breathe. I don't know if you can see that. Now, what you may want is, again, something in front. You may want to put your chin down to start. There are blocks that you can put your feet on as well. It's about trying to get yourself up as much as you can. I'll turn and do it backwards. And like I said, if you want, you can put your chin on the floor and then lift your legs first. So if I do it backwards, you might be able to see it better. So like I said, once you're in, you can then talk and pushing back out. So just be careful, like I always say with these last ones, always be careful. You're quite close to the floor. What will happen is if your hands can't get in, every time you go forward, it'll slide out and you'll just keep kind of coming down. So like I said, if you wanted, start with your chin on the floor, trying to get your elbows under first. Use a pillow, use blocks underneath your feet as well. That might help. Again, I prefer to be doing these ones when I'm with you because I can make it a little bit easier. I can adjust you and get you into the right place, and I've got the blocks and things like that. But even that first one where we're pushing the hands down, lifting the legs, that is a great one to start. So if you want to start with that, start with that. And like I said, come and see me when we're all back. Now, I need to pull you back out because we've done an awful lot of back bends. We're going to have to do a little forward bend just to get our body back to normal. So as we sit down on our bums, bring your feet in so that they're bent and bring your arms around. From here, you're going to lift yourself up, trying to keep that back nice and straight, and try and place your chest, your body down onto your legs. So you're keeping your legs here, and then from there, you're going to breathe out, and you're going to pull your belly back and tuck your head in. You're going to breathe in and try and bring yourself back to straight again. Here we go. So breathing out. And breathing. So let's do two more. Feel that stretch right through the shoulders. Breathe out. You should feel the stretch right through the lower back as it arches. And then we're breathing in. We're straightening back up again. Last one. Breathe out. And breathing in. Take the hands down. Bring your right leg underneath and see if you can bring your left leg over the top. So the leg that, I'm going to just go leg in the air. The leg in the air, grab it with the opposite arm and bring your other hand right by your bum if you can. Breathe in, lift up, and as you breathe out, look over your shoulder. Again, these just pull out that lower back muscle. So we're going to breathe in, lifting our arms up, and we're going to take it to the other side. So bringing the hand by our foot, taking again the other hand by our bum, straighten up, breathe out, look behind. And then bringing it back to the front. So take that bottom leg out first. Now take the leg over the top. Hold on to this leg, slide it underneath. Bring that straight leg, bring it round the other side. The leg that's up in the air, the opposite hand grabs it. The other hand goes round by the base of the spine at the back. You're breathing in, stretching up. You're breathing out, looking over that back arm where the hand is at the back. Lovely stretch for the hips, for the waist. You'll feel it into the shoulders as well. And then breathing in, lift. Bring it round, place it by the foot, the other one round by your bum. Again, nice and straight. Breathe out, twist round. So you're using the knees and the arm as the opposite forces against each other. And then bringing it back round. So drop that leg down. We're coming back into our cross leg position. We're going to do the breathing exercise that we've done on Friday, which is hummingbird breath. So with this, you're just breathing in, and as you breathe out, you're going to make a humming sound. Now you don't want to get to a point where you're going, you want to make sure that you finish nice and easy. Let the breath come in naturally, and then to make it a little bit more, bring it into you so you can feel the vibrations as it's happening. If you get your thumb and you stick it into that flappy part of your ear, so you're folding over the flap, then you're bringing the hands across your eyes so that you're taking out any sunlight in the air. So we'll have a couple of breaths of this. We're going to do about 5. So bringing it in, close your eyes, breathe in, and then just hum.
So we're going to take our hands off our eyes, but we're keeping our eyes closed. And we're going to do 3 cleansing breaths, still keeping them eyes closed. Breathe in, lifting the arms up. And imagine blowing out a candle. And 2 more. And our last one. So now very gently open your eyes. So make sure you take your time, especially if you've covered your eyes and it's a bright place, that you don't feel too blinded when you open your eyes, because it will, even 5 breaths you'll find it going out. But that's a really nice, relaxing breathing technique, and you're like hearing it, feeling it, your breath as it's coming in and coming out, and how it fills the lungs when you just relax, how it feels as you're breathing out. It's very calming, a beautiful breath to do. So if you're feeling a bit anxious, especially the way things are going at the moment, sit down, have a few little breaths, 5 to 10, and see how you feel. So thank you very much for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, give me a shout. I'm around still, so just get in touch. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow if you wanted to come and do our adapted yoga, which is more for people with high blood pressure, diabetes, joint problems, stroke, things like that. So come and have a go, see how you feel. Okay, take care. Lovely to see you all. Bye-bye. Hi, Keisha. Hi, Auntie Sue. Happy birthday, Auntie Sue. Auntie Susan's birthday today, and my husband's. So, oh, Nicola. Lovely to see you as well. Okay, take care, bye-bye, and I'll see you all. They'll all be uploaded as well to YouTube.